Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today we're tackling one of the absolute biggest headaches for small business owners and creators, generating high-quality marketing content without, completely losing your mind. I mean, if you're running a business, you already wear a dozen different hats, right? You're the CEO, the customer service rep, the accountant, and, usually to your dismay, the head of marketing. Keeping up with that constant, relentless demand for fresh content can feel like a totally insurmountable mountain. But today, we're unpacking a fascinating source that details a brand new solution from Google that might just be a real game changer. It's called Pomelli.
So let me ask you, are you just exhausted from making creatives every single day? Let's do a quick empathy check here, because we know the daily grind of content creation is tough. You sit down, open up Photoshop or Canva, stare at that blank canvas, and try to literally will a brilliant promotional image into existence. And then you got to do it for 5 different platforms, day in and day out. The source material we're looking at today recognizes this exact pain point. It highlights that the manual effort required to build every single piece of promotional material from scratch is just a massive drain on your time and resources. But what if a tool could just look at your website and do the heavy lifting for you?
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover 1. What is Pomelli? 2. Who is it for? 3. A practical example. 4. Warnings and AI mistakes. And 5. Access and rules.
All right, section 1, what exactly is Pomelli? As our source defines it, Pomelli is an AI marketing tool created by Google specifically for businesses. And its main goal is incredibly straightforward but seriously powerful. It takes your existing business website and information and rapidly generates marketing campaigns, images, and even videos based on that data. I mean, imagine that. It literally reads your digital storefront, understands your branding, and outputs AI-powered marketing content. The whole idea here is to completely eliminate the need to manually craft every single product promotional image from scratch.
Moving right along to section 2. Who is it for?
According to the documentation, Pomelli is built squarely for businesses that already have a website and just need to pump out marketing campaigns. So whether you sell kitchen utensils, clothing, jewelry, home decor, or even digital and handmade products, this is for you. If you're an online store or a local shop, you absolutely fit the profile. And what's fantastic is that it supports multi-platform generation. From just a single campaign idea, Pomelli helps you export one piece of content into multiple formats for totally different social channels. It's really all about maximizing your efficiency.
Okay, section 3. Let's look at a practical example.
And this brilliantly illustrates how the AI translates basic business facts into actual marketing assets. Meet our example business from the source text, SS Digital India. They sell cookware, and their flagship product today is a premium aluminum handi set, which is a traditional Indian cooking pot. Let's walk through exactly how SS Digital India would use Pomelli to get their product in front of customers.
So here is the workflow. First, you input your website URL, like SS Digital India, so the AI can scan and learn your brand. Then you simply toss in a campaign idea, like, say, perfect for an Indian kitchen. The AI generates the visual, you verify the product details for accuracy, and if everything looks perfect, you export that creative straight to your social media channels. It is an incredibly approachable, linear journey from a plain old website URL to a polished, finished Instagram post.
Now for section 4, warnings and AI mistakes.
While this all sounds like absolute magic, we have to pause and discuss the absolute necessity of quality assurance when using AI. It is incredibly fast, yes, but it is certainly not flawless. The source text issues a very prominent warning here. AI does not always keep your product details perfectly accurate. For instance, if you give the AI an image of a red aluminum handi, the generated creative might come back with a slightly different shade of red. The shape might be tweaked. The texture could look a bit off. You see, the AI is interpreting and recreating, not just copying and pasting. And those small details, they matter immensely to your brand identity, and the AI might just get them wrong.
Now, what's really interesting about this example is how AI can hallucinate text. Your actual product might clearly say SS Digital India on it, but the AI-generated image could swap the uppercase I in India for a lowercase l, spelling it Indiala. Now, it looks almost identical at a quick glance, but it's a glaring typo that totally undermines your professionalism. You absolutely have to catch these things before they go live. I honestly cannot emphasize this enough, and the source material makes this a central, unbreakable rule. Quote, never publish an AI-generated image directly. Always compare it to your actual product first. End quote. You must be the final editor. Don't let the speed of the tool lead to embarrassing marketing blunders that confuse your customers or misrepresent what you're actually selling. Human oversight is 100% mandatory. And part of being responsible with AI is transparency, which brings us to the AI watermark feature. Inside Pomelli's account settings, you actually have the option to add an AI-generated watermark or label to your exported images. Now, why does this matter? Well, because it tells the viewer that the image they are looking at was created with artificial intelligence. It maintains that crucial trust with your customer base. They know you're using modern tools, but you aren't trying to pull a fast one and trick them into thinking a generated image is a raw photograph.
Finally, Section 5, Access and Important Rules.
So, the crucial point here is the cost. $0. According to the Help Center text provided in our source, Pomelli is currently entirely free to use because it's a standalone web application currently in its experimental phase over at Google Labs. But because it's experimental, there are a few caveats you need to know. You're limited to several hundred generations, and it's region-locked to supported countries only. Also, standard Gmail accounts currently have easier access than Workspace accounts, which actually might require admin approval. And remember, expect the occasional glitch. This is early-stage tech after all.
Now, here is a truly fascinating technical limitation that you might not expect. We know Pomelli works by reading your website, right? But what if your website has incredibly strong security? Well, if your site utilizes CAPTCHAs, automated bot protection, or those I'm not a robot checkpoints, Pomelli's AI simply cannot read your site. It gets blocked at the front door, just like any other bot. And if the AI can't read your site, it can't build your marketing campaigns. So your site's security settings actually need to allow Google's tools to crawl it.
We also really need to clarify the strict safety and copyright rules. You are entirely safe to use your own product photos, your own logos, your brand assets, and any appropriately licensed images. However, taking another brand's copyrighted advertisement, throwing it into the AI to modify it, and using it for yourself, that is strictly prohibited. Intellectual property infringement is taken very seriously here, and repeated violations can actually lead to your account being terminated. Additionally, there is a zero-tolerance policy regarding the generation of content featuring minors. The system strictly prohibits this to prevent the creation of CSAM or any exploitative imagery, ensuring the tool remains entirely safe for everyone. And since you are using an experimental tool, Google really wants your feedback. If you happen to find a bug or have a brilliant idea for a feature, you can easily submit a report right from the main menu. Just go to Menu, click More, and select Product Feedback. Your input literally helps shape how this tool evolves.
So that brings us to our final thought for this explainer. Pomelli is a remarkable bridge between your basic business website and a fully fleshed out marketing campaign. It strips away hours of tedious design work. But as we've learned today, the ultimate responsibility still lies with you. AI will eagerly and rapidly make your creatives. But are you ready to check them? Are you prepared to be the editor your brand needs to ensure every single detail is perfect before it hits the timeline? Because if you are, this tool could be a massive win for your workflow. Thank you so much for joining me to unpack this fascinating source material. Stay curious, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next explainer.